Hey Mike, good progress here with your caricature. The first thing I would suggest is a different background. Well, first of all, it's a good idea to find an appropriate background that complements your caricature. Just a second. If you have a look up here at the announcements, I know I posted this earlier. I would suggest watching it. It's it has a lot of tips that will really help. You can see this background here too. And I mean, I posted these images here too. So you really need to either create a background or find one that's complements your caricature. And note this one, it's got a lot of negative space, so the caricature really stands out. And again, the text, each word is on a different line, so you have more freedom with moving it around. They made this background, but again, note the text. And note the negative space, the black in the background that's allowing this to stand up. You don't want to have the background so strong that it takes away from your caricature. I don't like this text, and he overdid the background, but you kind of get the idea. So yeah, I would just highly suggest watching this. It should really help, and also it'll help it'll help you kind of clue in as to what is expected of the background and the text. And I would download some fonts from DaFont. And you don't have to use the same font even. So again, there's a lot of freedom when you put it on each different line. You can see they used a stroke and so on. So the next thing, so I'm going to just turn the background off because you really can't see the caricature. I don't know where the other piece is either. This does not work either, this shadow. Again, back to these announcements. This shadow tutorial is really a good one if you want to have a look at it. Shadows are great, but again, they need to complement it. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm just going to fill, I want to make another layer and just fill it with white because I can't really, it's just hard for me to see what you've got going on here. So I'm just going to fill it with white because then I'll be able to see what you got going here more. Okay, so I really love the personality, and I really like all the time you've taken to fit all these pieces together. Just a few suggestions, because I think you've got some refinement to do. You never want to distort this image here, a photograph, so it looks stretched or smushed together. You just don't. It looks really unprofessional. So you might want to find something else, another solution for this, or, I mean, you can go back and, make it the way it's supposed to be, where, just, bring it in. Again, I don't know what this background is, but maybe it's just you didn't get all the mask out. Yeah, I would go in and remove this. It doesn't add anything to the caricature. All this part under here, it kind of makes it look a little sloppy. So the next thing I would suggest is, I love the idea, but this barcode really is a distraction. So, I mean, I just did a Google search for candy cane, but again, you don't have to, if you don't have time, you could just find something. This actually kind of looks like it might be big enough. Or just do like, peppermint stick, or if you have that same thing, you could take the wrapper off of it, and photograph it without the wrapper. That would look a lot better. Let's see what a peppermint stick. There's just so many things you can do. Peppermint stick. Okay, so then we got a lot more here. There's something more. That's too small. If you mouse over, you can see the sizes of these images. You can't use anything too small. That may be more, something more of what you're looking for. So that's another thing. The other thing is you might want to make the head a little bit bigger. It's just, there's so much going on in here that you can't really see what's going on up in the head area. So let me see. Yeah, and it's hard to see the red on the, let me see, where is it again? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that's your shadow. I'm going to turn the shadow off too. This shadow works okay. You could, it just really depends on the background too. Centering is not a good idea. Students tend to center everything, but if this was mine, I would probably find a background and then I'd move, I'd probably move it over to one side either way. I mean, you can even put it up here and put the text down here. There's no, you don't have to put the text at the top, and be sure to use the right name, not Yum Yum or whatever. So let me go back to where the head part is. You have so many layers here. There it is. Is that it? Okay. I would just make that bigger. It's just really hard to see it. I mean, I don't know about this big, but I'm just saying this is the part of the assignment now that with the refinements that you're going to continue working. I would probably move this image, whatever it is. Is this it? I would go easy on this puppet warp too. It's just not, in fact, I'd probably even turn that off altogether. I don't think, yeah, I think it's much better without that part. It's just, you know, I mean, it's good to use different objects, but you don't want to go overboard with any of it. So again, I mean, this is a stage you're at, then just refining. I mean, everything pretty much looks good. Just need more refining. You know, you could put something for a neck. I would put the head on top of the chip. So let's see here. That's that one. Whoops. I'm just moving it up on top of the chip, but I don't, oh, there's still so much up here. Okay, so I'm going to put it up here. So then it comes in front of it, and then again, you're going to have to make some adjustments. But in terms of the eyes and stuff, I probably wouldn't tilt it so much either. Find things that really stand out a little bit more. I mean, even this lollipop, if it was tiny, would look okay as an eyes. You can even make that bigger. And make some of the other, make some adjustments to the other parts too. And you don't really need the face necessarily. I would keep it really simple, or maybe just eyes or something, because it's just starting to get too complicated. So the next kind of a big area is, you know, the legs. These harsh edges are a little bit disruptive. Same here with this. So you might want to figure out how to smooth that out, or how to add something that would work. Maybe, you know, another little candy bar kind of looking more like a foot, shaped in the direction of a foot. Anyway, yes, so basically you're doing a great job. You just need to now we're at the refinement stage. So, and again, you can keep working with, let me see where that candy, you can keep working with this to make it look better. So I'm just going to go, I always look for levels because it's a really easy way to kind of improve things. So I'm just going to drag this bit over, and I'm just going to look at the lollipop because I'm going to clip it in a second. And again, you can just turn this right off. Although I kind of like it dark. I'm just trying to bring out some more detail in it. Whoops. Shoot. And then if I clip it, it will just affect the layer underneath it. So, see, I don't know if that's any better. You could look for another lollipop too online, just to, you know, just for a compliment. You know, I'm gonna. I mean, the thing with design is you know, have to be willing to you know, really go back and forth with editing these images. So, and if something doesn't work, you have to just get rid of it and add and be open to that. So even something, I don't know, you don't want to get it too complicated though, but a simple thing like that could work. Again, you don't want a drawing, you want to get like a photographic. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, unfortunately the work is never done. So it's always this is always a matter of going back and forth. I really love the Dorito. And again, you might want to make some size adjustments to these too. You know, again, and I'd probably put this on top of the lollipop. Where is it? This is really cool. I would leave this alone, this part. Even though you could probably use some, you know, why not just use the lollipop stick for this? It's just that you've got the arm here, and then to have the guitar of the same material kind of looks a little, yeah, I would drag this thing up, and I would put it on top of whatever you use. Oh, whoops, shoot. Oh, I got it stuck up in there. Gosh darn it. Photoshop has been really acting really weird lately for me. So let me go back. Okay, yeah, this is what I was trying to do, is I was trying to get this gummy worm on top of the guitar. And again, probably benefit from a levels as well. So let me see if I drag it underneath the adjustment and then I turn it back on. Oh, shoot. See, it ends up being clipped all the time. It goes under that clipping mask, so I'm just going to do another one. So again, I'm just looking at that gummy arm and I'm moving these sliders. See what I'm doing here with the sliders here. And again, you know, it's personal preference. But again, this is bringing out a lot more detail. And then I'm going to just clip it because I don't want it to affect all of it. So now it just affects this. So again, and this is the refinement. You could add a little shadow here. You could, I would probably rotate this more. No, see, I can't do it because it's a smart filter. So anyway, no, makes it so anyway, so just, you know, just be creative and just keep playing with it. This is probably the next, you know, this is the next part of, I know you're kind of behind, but this is kind of the next piece of it, is to really play with this. So again, need a better background, just need some refinements. Basically, you've got all your things going really well together. I would change this and just fix some of these little rough edges. Okay, so anyway, let me know if you have any questions. I'm on Hangouts a lot. You can always grab me if you have a quick question, and email me instead of waiting for me to look in the threads, because I'm not always in the classroom. Okay, so nice job.